Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here with me. As you can probably see on my channel in the community post, I've got a poll on what questions I should address with the tarot, and you have voted, the majority of you, on finances and career. So I thought it would be appropriate to address um, these topics in my following reading, which is today's reading. So as you can see, I got for you 3 piles. It's 3 and not 4 because I'm planning on expanding a bit on each of the piles here. So I've got here 3 tarot cards and 1 oracle card. Each of those are gonna be representing your current financial state. I'm planning for it to be related somehow also to your career, but yeah, in accordance with the meanings of the cards, I'm gonna see how I can link those two. But it's gonna be both on career and on finances per general. So as I said, the first question, or these piles, are gonna concentrate on your current state, your financial state as it is right now. If it resonates, then continue on watching, because the following questions are also going to be applying to you. The second question is going to be, what factors influence my finances and my career? The third one is going to be, what steps should I take to attract more prosperity in my life? And fourth is going to be, skills, talents I should focus on to enhance my financial situation or career prospects. Another one is going to be, what support or resources I should seek to enhance my financial situation or career growth. And I thought last one would be like general advice, or a course of action, let's say, though I can see I did mention here steps. So yeah, I'm gonna just draw a card or some of them for your advice for this specific question. And yeah, let's begin with your piles. So as you can see, I got for you 3 elephants, red, orange and blue. 3 piles. Pick whichever you feel most drawn to, and definitely let's dive into the reading. Hello and welcome to my reading first pile. The ones of you who've chosen the red elephant, I'm gonna be setting it aside a bit, but just enough so you can see it. So these cards are gonna be describing your financial situation right now. Okay, well, that's a very specific one, but let's see. What I can say, by judging by the first card here, which is the Six of Wands, it's the card of winner, but it's in reverse, and in correlation or in the link with that card comes the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. That means for the first pile, you definitely either have some worries, some anxieties relative to your finances, or you're struggling, because for me the Ten of Pentacles signifies, we could say, yeah, it's related to money, but it's as well related to stability, because the Ten of Pentacles is a family card. For me, I sense as though you lack some sort of structure or support in general. It could be like you are making money on your own, or you just make enough money to go by. And for the first piles, I feel as though it's really difficult for you to advance in your life, because you feel as though you have your back like exposed to some exterior factors that you'd consider to be against or not benefiting your career. You could be a person that's like employed and making money on their own, you could be the person who is not very supported by whom? By their family, maybe, or you are reluctant to want to ask for help or ask for a financial help here. I sense that with the Ten of Pentacles, and with the overall first card being the Six of Wands. I see you struggling, really financially struggling here, and I wouldn't say it's like a zero, like it's not like you're broke or something. No, I definitely see here a problem being in the finances, and for some of you, the Heart card means you're always on the lookout for making money in a way that would be enjoyable. Like you would want to make money not for the sake of it, not for the sake of, let's say, only entertainment or supporting others. You could be the person who is wanting to enjoy making money, but that being linked to something you also enjoy doing, and not only um, taking on a job just because I want to pay my bills, something like this. Also, one thing that specifically here stands out is the Knight of Wands, this central card here. It means that you have the motivation, you have the passion, and you have all the, fire in you to want to change that financial situation. But at times this could be like a very outburst type of energy that could be like a bit, one day you could be all motivated towards achieving that goal, and the other day basically you are depleted, and you don't have the energy, because the Knight of Wands is a person that, when met with a goal, or when that person sets a goal, they are very, in the start of this endeavor, they are very passionate, but they can very much lose their passion when it comes to some sort of long-term stuff, explosive energies comes here. Explosive energy come, yeah, just checking my spelling. That card is of an explosive energy that is directed towards your career or financial projects, but it can sometimes die out, and you can wait, and it can restart somehow. Like you could be one day very passionate about it, and the other you have no energy at all, and you're not wanting to think about it. So yeah, so far, if this has resonated with you, then let's move on to the next cards. So I'm gonna be drawing some cards on the question, what factors influence my financial situation or career? Let's target both of them. Okay, so this one wanted to, okay. Okay, so as you can see probably here already with these cards, we are gonna be discovering the factors and the influences. So what I can say right off the bat, with the Devil card in reverse, that card being in reverse is a very positive sign, but bear with me what information I want to convey here. Factors here, in a financial reading, the Devil in reverse is a very, let's say, long-term positive card, but in the short term is more of a card that's, let's say, in the detriment, because it's not the, let's say, it having this card being in the factors compartment says to me that you're figuring out how you can find yourself, and how you can find your voice, find your guidance when it comes to finances, or how you want to make money. And that card in reverse also signifies getting rid or releasing external influences or opinions. because upright the devil is the card of let's say we see here chains, like it's the card of dependency. You could have been dependent on someone, or you could have been in the past, and that has definitely made some sort of, that has contributed to where you are right now. Other factors that might have influenced your financial situation here or career, with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, you could have moved places, because as you can see here, it's like a card of two people moving, or shows movement in that card. And especially it being a financial, let's say, card, because it's the Pentacles one, I can say that you could have been a bit forced in your life to like make money, but it was not enjoyable. Like, you must be that person who was let's say taught in life that you should make money and you should survive. Lots of survival here comes with this card, and that money making is not enjoyable. Money making is necessary, it is a must, and you must, some of you even thought you must really work hard to achieve money. That's the beliefs here with this card. Like, if you're not gonna be working hard and investing all of your time in money, you're not gonna be surviving. So you could be, because in the vicinity of this card is this one, you could be releasing those types of beliefs around money. Why I said it's like a fight or a survival, because this card as well, it's a card of like, overall I see here these three representing your beliefs, or maybe the psychology, or the overall general situation when it comes to how you perceive the money inflow, or how your career should be, or how you are subconsciously, let's say, adjusting to what a career should look like for you. And these influences are not very positive, but them being in reverse, I sense as though they are constantly being worked on. So that should be an indication for you that things are not as sad, or let's say gloomy, as those cards would make the situation look like. As well, we got here the Wheel of Fortune, and that card, especially as factors and influences, is let's say a really hard to miss card here in the reading. Why am I saying that? Because when the Wheel of Fortune is upright, it's a card of like synchronicity, as well as when the universe is having your back, basically. And when the universe is giving you the opportunities or the special circumstances in order for you to thrive. For this pile specifically, with this card being in reverse, I feel as though the universe has been keeping you from getting your hands on something, let's say, divinely orchestrated right now, because you still have to sort things out here with these cards. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, let's say if I were the universe, to give you a very sound opportunity for you to like mix it up with these stuff. Like, I would much better introduce you to an environment or set of circumstances that would make you question and solve and get rid of those beliefs, or those past influences, or the influences from the exterior. And then when the right time comes, or when the timing is perfectly aligned for you specifically, then only then I would have allowed you to have like your dream coming true. But because we have that discrepancy of these cards here and this one, it feels as though the universe or the circumstances are yet not fully aligned for you to gain that perfect job or perfect situation that would bring you the necessary money, because we have to, like, I feel with this pile we have to purify those beliefs first. If you have the survival mindset when it comes to money, if you have the work hard, everything that I'm mentioning here or more, because I can't guarantee that I'll mention every single belief, but it's definitely something negative related to money. And that's like your homework, that's your hint for you to like dig in that direction. And yeah, that's, though, don't be pessimistic about it, because even though these cards are showing me this, the Wheel of Fortune is still in your reading. That means the universe, if you perceive it that way, or God, whatever it is, it has got your back, and you're never gonna be left on the roads, let's say, either directly or metaphorically, because it's as though, you see this figure. I like to interpret the cards also metaphorically or by images. It's as though you're not seeing that figure, or you're not seeing that figure watching you, but they do watch you somehow. That's what I felt compelled to say with this card. So definitely don't be pessimistic. Definitely make sure to like dig up those stuff when it comes to beliefs, because these are the factors that influence your financial situation or your career prospects. And if you are not going to be taking them in consideration, then they're going to be probably sabotaging you, which is not a thing I would desire for your pile, for any pile in general, but specifically that message being directed at you, that's what I feel called to say. So that was your factors covering, the factors or influences being covered in the reading. Let's move on to the next question, which is gonna be what steps you should take to attract more prosperity. So I'm gonna be probably moving those a bit here like this. And let's play with oracles, because I've drawn so many tarot cards that my other card decks are like waiting. Okay, we got first one, the ring card, the mountain card. Okay, that's a very specific message, and I like that, because you don't have to like figure it out. And the moon. Let's draw another one. This other oracle is gonna be shamanic healing one. This one was Lenormand. Probably you've heard about it or not. Okay, emotional release. What a surprise. That's gonna be steps. I'm in abundance, okay. That's gonna be steps, and I'm like, I have to restrain myself from going in other directions when it comes to these questions. It's all good, okay. So I'm gonna probably stop here because I wanna not like take all the cards from the deck. So let's concentrate on the steps, because we said steps to take in order for you to attract more prosperity. Okay, so the first card is the ring. So that card in upright, it's in reverse, but in upright signifies significant relationships. Close relationships could also mean proposal, but that's not the case here. I don't feel it as being a proposal. First step, let's say. First step in the ring card, in the correlation with the ring card, I would say you're lacking quite a lot of significant relationships in your current situation. And if you're gonna be like scolding at me or something like this, like what do I mean by this? Because I have relationships, you may say. Okay, you may have relationships. I'm not saying you're alone. I'm trying to say that I try to like target or hit at meaningful relationships. What do I mean when I say meaningful relationships? Well, meaningful relationships are definitely the people who are understanding, who are connected, who are very close to you, the people who are very, let's say, attentive, careful, and listening and present in your life. If I haven't tackled any of those, or a few of those characteristics in your specific relationships that you've recently thought of, then it's time to make a change. As a step for this pile, I say you should find a way or make sure to bring or to cultivate directly, actively, and not passively, definitely, relationships that are of a higher quality. What do I mean by it and how this must look like? When I see that card, I remind myself, it reminds me of the fact that we all need some sort of safety net or safety network. In your case, you need to make space in your life in order for you to cultivate meaningful relationships or the people that you can consider close. So, the people who you can trust. And I know probably this is gonna be like sounding very complicated because we can all struggle, or maybe I'm the only one struggling, but I know that this is hard to achieve and it's not like overnight. But that's something worth mentioning here with these cards. You should be basically keeping close people and or close friends that would make you feel the opposite of this card. Like, you shouldn't feel defensive, you shouldn't feel like defending stuff or proving your worth to them. And you can already intuitively feel which are the people who are gonna be able to give you the opposite of this card, which is gonna be like understanding, love, compassion, and being there for you and wishing you well sincerely. So first step is relating to, let's say, more of a social setup. That is more of a social setup or your ability to bring an inflow of people and of meaningful relationships in your life. If that's not bringing people in your life, then that means cultivating or sorting through or working on your current relationships so that you can transform them and make them feel right. So one other thing that is, let's say, aside from the steps, is the fact that with the mountain card here, you could be a very lonesome person. What do I mean when I say lonesome? You could be surrounded by people, but you are not very good at sharing, or you're not very eager when it comes to sharing your emotions, your thoughts, and your, let's say, sincere opinions on life. But when I say sincere, I mean not in an offensive way, of course, because let's say the way of the heart is always it's not hurtful. Like, if you were to open up but in a sincere matter, and you'd feel which are the people who are deserving of that connection, then you'd benefit a lot. Like, I see with this card, you should either set the intention to find new people or set the intention to deepen or the current relationships. For you to like change your financial situation would require for you to tackle your relationships. That's what I felt here. With the Mountain card in reverse, I feel as though that's gonna be more of a goal card, or let's say step. It would be to like what comes in mind when I see that card in reverse. It means for me like the more you're gonna focus and the more you're gonna fear and stress out when it comes to this financial situation, the more you're gonna aggravate it, and the more you're gonna be entering some sort of blindness when it comes to this financial situation. So you stressing out, or you entering fear, or taking action fear-based, fear-oriented, or fear, let's say, driven, is not gonna be benefiting you. You should be achieving some sort of peace or quiet or serenity, or even, yeah, peace is the highest possible explanation or word description that would fit this situation. Find a way to like ease your anxiety or your fear or your negative emotions when it comes to your financial situation per general. Because if you're gonna be insisting on creating more stress and more pain around this financial situation, and that what I mean when I say that, dramatization, victimization, then basically you're gonna transform that problem and make it bigger, make it at least seem bigger. Yeah, that's what I feel with this card. And we got here the Moon in reverse. That also means being outside the thinking, outside. If you have been making some sort of specific alterations or actions when it comes to finances and they didn't pan out the way you wanted, or you haven't solved anything with them, then that means you should basically change your approach with the Moon card in reverse. As well, the Moon card in reverse means for me you need to gain clarity. Now, how that is gonna pan out for each of you individually, that's gonna be difficult to like predict here, but the necessary ingredients or steps, let's say, for your prosperity are clarity, peace, and connection. These are the three basic words that are gonna be encompassing what you need in order for you to re-establish some sort of clarity, balance, and prosperity in your life. Because this one is social, this one is psychological, and this one as well somehow is relating to the psychology or the mental part. That's what I feel here with these cards. Okay, let's move on to the next one. That's gonna be steps as well. So I sense here a link within these cards, within the emotional release and abundance. It's all good. This card I'm gonna set aside, but we'll see how you can interpret it. So as a step, the emotional release is a very like direct card, and there is not much room to interpret, but find ways to release or to integrate or to process your emotions relative to your finances. You could be triggered. Your finances or your financial situation or your career could have been a trigger for some sort of emotions that were like coming up to the surface here, manifesting themselves like in a lack of finances here. And for you specifically, emotional release, that's gonna be, some of you, it's necessary for you either to like find a trustworthy person to which you are gonna be telling your stuff, issues, and you would like release those emotions. Some of you are gonna be delving into some techniques that would help you release emotion. That could be literally anything, because we got here meditation, we got journaling, we got writing stuff down that frustrates you in order for you to gain some sort of clarity. Some people are gonna be resonating with the sports or other stuff that are gonna be like getting all those stuck emotions out of their system. That's others of you are gonna be talking these issues with their family, with their close friends. Some of you could even like have a therapist to which you're gonna be like basically expressing those. Whichever makes you feel whichever release those emotions, that is gonna be basically benefiting you, benefiting overall this situation. What we got here in the following card is gonna be, let's not say a diametrically opposite thing, but this approach is more emotional. This approach is more tactical. It's gonna be a more of an approach that implies you studying finances, let's say being informed or being mentally prepared to how and let's say the logistics when it comes to money making. So that card, literally being the abundance card, implies to me that you should learn or be very eager to study how and do a little research when it comes to how money circulates, why people are buying services, why some people give great amounts of money for something, for some sort of service. I feel as though this card is gonna be more of a research card. You're gonna have to research stuff about money, how the money is made. Sorry, how the money are being made, or how you can earn those. Yeah, that could be literally anything as well. Internet, financial coaches, advices from people who are very skilled or have a very good reference when it comes to money making or something like this. That's sort of financial education card in this context. It's all good. Card is very interesting to read because I'm not used to it, but especially it being in a step. So the first thing that comes to mind when this card shows up is those gratitude journals, if you resonate with that at all. But what I want to say, it's all good is a card that invites some sort of positive outlook on stuff. It invites optimism, it invites having faith and having some sort of trust that things are gonna go for the better. It feels as though this card showed up here in the reading for you to like set yourself up in the future for a successful outcome. Those of you who are gonna be pessimistic, those of you who are gonna be having a more, let's say, negative outlook on how things can turn out, you'll have to work with that. Either you'll have to visualize yourself in a better financial position, or you'll have to relearn or to abandon those beliefs that make you catastrophize or project yourself in a future that is less than extraordinary, let's say. Like, this card signals to me that some people who are watching have a very, I'm gonna assume, some sort of very negative outcome from the beginning in order for me to not get disappointed. That will have to change because this can literally sabotage you. And that being a step signifies you having to work on either gratitude journals, or visualizing yourself finally, or projecting yourself in a future that is positive, that is not the worst that can happen. That's what I felt here with these cards. That's very interesting. That was quite the ride with these. Definitely wasn't expecting anything like this, but let's move on to the next question. The skills and the talents that I should focus on to enhance my financial situation or career prospects. So let's pick another, let's go with tarot this time. What skills or talents I should focus on to enhance my financial or career prospects? So I'll be drawing them alongside the way. Page of Pentacles. So what's that? Skills and talents. As a Page of Pentacles, a skill or a talent would mean that you have the ability or the visualization skills in order for you to find the best potential or the best possible outcome, or you can have lots of ideas, like business ideas. You have lots of thoughts or potential career ideas that would make you money. You're definitely being gifted with the Page of Pentacles card with many project ideas, business ideas, sparks of inspiration when it comes to how you can gain money. That's what I felt here with the Page of Pentacles. You can have a very rational approach as well, a very let's say a practical one, with the Ace of Swords in reverse. That's like a talent here. That's what I feel. You definitely have visualization tools in order for you to find different streams of how you can make money, or what you can begin in order for you to gain some sort of financial advantage when it comes to this page here. Another skill as the Page of Swords would be your ability to extract conclusions and lessons, and learning from the past mistakes. That's the card here. You can have a very powerful skill when it comes to analyzing what has gone wrong. You can definitely be that person who is able to not step on the same mistake or not make the same mistake again. Multiple ways of making money or ways of making money. Analytical mind, not stepping on the same, let's say, not making the same mistake, or being very careful when it comes to repeating your as I said, repeat myself, mistakes here. What else? Okay, so that's gonna be a stretch, but okay. So Justice card. Justice card as a skill also reminds me of a very sharp or a very good intellect, a very decisive person, a very decisive lots of determination here with this card. I see you as being a person, let's say, positively set in their ways. If you've decided something for yourself, you're gonna go for it. So the Justice card signals for me that you should focus as well on what you want to do. So you have the determination with the justice, and you have the ability to follow it through, no matter what other people might say or think about your finances here. Other skill here with the Eight of Cups is, as I said, this is gonna be like talents I should focus on. It's the ability to, like, as I said here, assess what's wrong and not be stuck on it. So you might be the person who finds the issue. If you can fix it, you're definitely gonna be able to fix it. If not, then you leave. Then you abandon it. You don't hyperfixate on it. You don't, let's say, dwell on it too much and disempower yourselves. You're a very quick person to move on and to want to seek ways of finding that flexibility, or if things are not flexible, then you're out. Then you're not going to be focusing yourselves on that situation. If it somehow cultivates your victim mentality. Five of Wands here. That's as a skill, or what you should focus on. That's a very sly or very efficient way to find your best interests amongst other people's like best interests. Like that either could mean you should cultivate these, or you already have these qualities. I don't see you as someone who is gonna be fighting off a lot in vain. With this card, I see you, let's say, running off and avoiding drama or other people's confrontations when it comes to you, and you being able to follow through your goals no matter what other people are gonna say, think, or do. That's in correlation with other cards, with this one, and with all per general. More with these three, but definitely the card that suggests that you can definitely find your way, even if people are disagreeing with you, or even if they might place some sort of obstacles in your life, or in your in what you've set your goals on, something like this. So overall, let's give an overall assessment here. I see here cards that show me a person that's very eager to learn from their mistakes, a very determined person, a person who is not willing to be stuck on victim mentality or doesn't like being victimized, a person that likes to move on and not hyperfixate on problems and basically focus their attention on the solution, and a person who is definitely following their inner compass here no matter what. That we have with the skills and talents that you should focus on to improve your financial situation. That's like digging or making your way through life, through people. Of course, in an ecological way, like not stepping on people, but definitely keeping your highest interests at your heart, and not letting other people's opinions or other people per general define you. Okay, so that's not quite the last one, but it's gonna be what support or resources I should seek in order for me to enhance my financial or career growth. What support you should seek. So we have covered already that support thing with the ring card, but let's see what else shows here. Okay. So support as a book. Support that is relating to this card is gonna be one of, or many things actually. That's experience, that's knowledge, that's information, that's expertise, that's opinions or professional opinions, by the way, because the book card signifies opinions that are very, let's say, they're not individual opinions. They're opinions that are researched somehow, like systematic opinions could be, or information that has been written in books. That's resources. That could also indicate study. So the second card is Thunder. So it's in reverse. So the Thunder in reverse is gonna be, you see, the support and the resources here are not gonna be from people here. I don't feel that way, though it could be somehow indirectly linked to the people, because the experience is not gonna be coming only from the books, and the books are being written by people, but not gaining support directly from people. So this second card to me shows a more of an inward approach, or you finding your, let's say, passions, your ideal, let's say, your ideally manifested future. The support here is gonna be more of a one that is coming from within, or coming from your basically imagination, because that card suggests you being able to envision all the things that you desire, and because of that vision you will be able to like project yourself in the future and basically make a future worth pursuing with this card being in reverse. As I've probably mentioned last time, if you were that person who is catastrophizing or projecting themselves negatively in the future, you're gonna have to change that. You're gonna be having to project yourself in the future, but this time in a more positive way, in the desired way, in which way you'd like to feel, in a future that you'd like to live, a future you'd like to create, or that you'd like to be given to you. And yeah, that was basically, that's more of a fuel card. Like, this is gonna be your fuel for you to continue. That's gonna be like a vision board for you, specifically for this pile. And we got here the last card being the white card, which is quite a peculiar card for me to like to fall in that category of support and resource. And the blank card is like infinity card and all and nothing card. Some of you, not everyone, or this is gonna be specifically tailored for your experience, but you need to cultivate a relationship, a direct relationship with the universe. Intimate relationship with the universe, in which you are feeling connected, or you're feeling as though the universe has your back. Again, this is not gonna be for everyone, but I literally have no other way of interpreting that card, because it's also the card of unknown. It's also the card of releasing control, or the leap of faith stuff, and all of this that's relating to like having trust that you're not alone, and that you're not pursuing this on your own, no matter how the circumstances might seem or feel. So that was quite your reading. all about it I have covered. We got 5 questions or 5 placements, and as I've promised, the last one is gonna be advice. Okay, this one. Psychic development. That's gonna be an advice. And let's try another one. That's gonna be integration. So 2 things here. I'm not feeling drawn to take another one. First one, with the psychic development, you need to like cultivate a way of developing either your intuition or your perception with the exterior world, in which you feel connected enough to say that you're not alone. That's the psychic development. It indicates also psychic development in a direct way, but psychic development is also a card relating to the High Priestess, and it means trusting your inner voice, trusting your intuition, trusting the universal timing at large, and less trusting in yourself and more trusting in the universe or the exterior forces that are beneficial for you. If you're gonna, let's say, feel drawn, you have to like call for help, either in prayers, or call for help for your angels or your spirit guides if you believe in them, if that's let's say in your area of beliefs or practices. That's definitely cultivating an approach that is more intuitive, or more, let's say, less mental and more intuitive, emotionally based, but emotionally clear. With the integration as well, everything I've told you about emotions needs to be worked out and sorted through. And the more you're gonna be able to do that with the integration card, the more you're gonna be able to like find clarity in your finances per general. So yeah, that was your reading. Thank you so much for watching. That was very interesting to read. Definitely lots of stretches for me, because I've never done such a thing before with the questions, and it's definitely the factors cards was interesting to like sort through. I had to like re-practice and re-establish some sort of connections within the cards and relationships between the cards in order for me to extract some meaning and not like lose track of the questions. Definitely, if you'll enjoy it, I'll continue with that approach, but it's a bit taxing because you have to like keep yourself from losing track. And I believe these videos are gonna be very lengthy, because already I can see we got 50 minutes on a pile, which is gonna be like 3 hours for 3 piles, but it's gonna be at least enjoyable. I'm probably gonna be posting less, like because of that, because it is quite a stretch to do 3 hours for reading. But I hope you'll enjoy it, because these should be much more insightful than the short ones. So yeah, if you liked what you saw, please like and comment below how it resonated. Subscribe to see more, and I guess I'll be seeing you in the next videos. Bye. Hello and welcome to the reading second pile, the ones of you who've chosen the orange elephant. The reading is gonna be relating to your finances, and this first placement is gonna be focusing on your current financial state. As I remind you, we got here 6 placements. First one is being current state, and I'm gonna be moving on with the next questions. So let's see what's your financial situation as per general. Okay, that's interesting. So your pile is gonna be a combination of both negative and positive. It's gonna be more 50-50 or a neutral, a combination of cards. Because look, we got here the High Priestess. which is a good card for you to have in, let's say, this question, though it depends. I said it's a good thing, but then I had second thoughts on this, because I remember the High Priestess being in the finances is not a very practical card. But why it is good to have it in the reading is the fact that you could have finances related to your spirituality, and your connections to the spiritual realms could be strengthening or supporting your financial situation here. If you are the ones of you, sorry, I strongly feel with this pile that some of you were investing themselves in some sort of endeavors relating to like finances, career, or projects. That's definitely gonna pan out in a very positive way, but more describing your situation here, it feels you've done all you can, or you're doing all you can when it comes to your finances, and you're like planting seeds right now and waiting for them to blossom and basically bear fruit. Your financial situation is with the Moon card, let's say, difficult to understand, and the High Priestess, because we got as well the Four of Cups, which signifies that you're probably the person who is not gonna choose all of the let's say offers that are gonna be brought to you. You're very picky when it comes to like choosing where you're gonna invest and store your energy, and you're not gonna be able to like settle for something that is not in alignment with your values, even if that means lots of money, and if that doesn't go hand in hand with your values, then you're not gonna accept it. And that could be like a problem here. Like that could be something that you that makes you a bit struggle financially. You could be like content spiritually, psychologically, or let's say okay or at peace with yourself, but you could struggle sometimes because of that, because sometimes you can prioritize your beliefs, you sometimes can prioritize your conscience above money, and that can cause you some trouble. I see that with these cards. Like I see here like either a very attentive or a correct or very righteous way to like go about and make money, like a very ecological way. That's gonna be what I see here in these cards, and that correct way of making money is gonna be like something that's impeding from you gaining a lot of money. That's probably like that will make you probably struggle, like those beliefs, those spiritual beliefs, those intentions to like not wanting to harm or not wanting to achieve more in the detriment of others. That's gonna cause you probably some issues in money, because you can struggle because of it. Basically that's like, because I see that figure not accepting like an offer, and with these cards not an offer that is not in alignment with them or with their highest good, or with the highest good of the people that are going to be impacted. So overall the financial situation is very spiritually connected here for the second pile, though you have probably invested in something already, but you're definitely not feeling fulfilled, let's say 100% financially here. That's what I see here in these cards. So let's set those aside here so I can draw some other cards. The first placement has already been covered. Let's move on to the next one. What factors influence your financial or career prospect? Let's see. I'm not sure I remember which ones I've drawn for the last pile, but no, we actually took from the traditional tarot. So those are gonna be factors. The Chariot in reverse as factors could signify, like, the first thing that came here is chaos, like in my mind. Lots of could be confusion as well, or lack of direction, lack of what should I do next with this card. Like, for lack of focused energy here, I feel with this card. It's this factor is definitely not on your side. Other factor could be here, this one can be psychological. It means that either you are doing some healing work or you are recovering from some sort of emotional turmoil. That's what I feel as a factor card. You could be a person, that one is gonna be definitely in your advantage here. You could be a person that's having either lots of time or lots of energy, or you could have abundance in some sort of way that is facilitating or giving you the space in order for you to, like, express and like, do something with your life. That's a card as a factor of space and peace and time for you to, like, manifest or create something that is basically for you in a financial relationship, financial subject. Sorry, it's gonna be like having the time and the space to think, having the right circumstances for you to, like, not feel pressured. Is definitely something I feel with this pile. What other influences or factors? Friends? That could not always be friends, but could also be people or connections, or acquaintances, or like social connections here that are definitely could be of benefit. You could have social support, let's say. But for some of you, these cards could signify that in a negative, let's say, light. This card could show that you could have some friends that are impeding your financial situation, but that's gonna be for a few of you, because I feel as though this card is more, because it's in upright, I feel as though this factor is one of those who are benefiting your situation. As I said, these two are relating for me to the fact that you could be, like, recovering or healing, or basically working on yourself, or you have been working on yourself and you are releasing some stuff from the past. Or you could have, this is not gonna probably resonate for everyone, but you're probably releasing stuff from, or releasing PTSD, some sort of thing like this, or releasing trauma or past fears or phobias. This card shows me this, like, these stuff are gonna be, like, influencing your overall career or finances per general. And I see, like, I predict here a very, like, a rise in energies, in powers. Like, I don't see here them being in a detriment when it comes to your finances. I mean, I definitely don't see that with I only see here, like, a bit of chaos and lack of self-control or lack of direction as per general. But this card, this one and this one and this one, are showing me that you're probably healing or have been trying some modalities, or you have been going through some sort of trauma work, or releasing some as well stuff from the past. That's what I feel with these cards. Like, trying to not project the past that has happened to you in the future, and trying to release, be more present, and not project yourselves in the future that is not benefiting you. That's what I feel here with these cards. So overall, the factors here, as I've seen or probably said previously, I don't see them as interfering, or let's say bringing your situation down. somehow. Like, the only problem I see here is the fact that your finances could be delayed, or your prosperity or your success when it comes to your finances could be delayed because of that healing or because of that lack of direction. And maybe that lack of direction is somehow related to like the healing phase. But I definitely see you having lots of resources, space, time, and energy for you to like actualize, transform, and shift that financial situation for the better. Yeah. So the next one is gonna be, let's see. That was the factors. That was like more of the atmosphere that is surrounding your situation. And the next set of cards are gonna be representing what steps you should take in order for you to attract more prosperity or more abundance into your life. I'm probably gonna be drawing 3 of these and 3 of Shamanic Healing Oracle. Sorry, I'm a bit stuttering. Okay, that's steps. Why are these cards showing up upright when in the last reading exactly these cards showed up in reverse? But it's okay. That one is repeating itself. Okay, so again, abundance we got here, which is from the past reading. And okay, creativity. So steps, let's see. So in relationship to the question, the steps that you should take to attract more prosperity in your life, the Mountain card, upright. You should definitely assess and find what you don't like about your current financial situation. You should definitely assess and see clearly what is wrong or what you consider to be wrong and what you'd like to have instead. The Mountain card is a very like whole card. What I mean by it? When your problems are scattered, when your ideas or your intentions or your wants are very scattered and they're all over the place and they have no form, no specific form in which they manifest, then it's really hard for you to figure out what you want and what you don't want because they're not organized. This first card is as a step inviting you to like take a piece of paper and write down everything that you don't like about your financial situation, and then that will help you identify all the problems that you see being highlighted and related to your finances. That's a card that urges you to organize, concentrate, and give form to your frustration. Why? In order for you to like find a way to transform and to see what you're really dealing with. Because as I said, when all of these stuff that you don't like about your finances, when they are scattered, when they are in the unknown, you don't really have the clarity for you to see what you should do about them. So first step, identifying what you don't like, what you don't see as working in your favor, and basically giving these stuff a very clear and a very outlined form. That's what I see here with the first card. So second step, ring. It's upright, thankfully, because yeah, whatever. So the ring card is urging you, this is gonna be a specific message. If you have been keeping your problem, either financial or career or whatever, to yourself, and you weren't quite eager or keen to like not exteriorize, or how do you say it, when you're verbalizing it. It feels as though this second pile has got like a very good with the Three of Cups, like very good social connections that would help you to actually sort your problem here. Like, if that's not the case, of course, then that's going to be what I've said also in the first reading, is the fact that you need people that are close, that are going to be considered close friends or best friends, or a best friend that is going to be basically giving you some sort of piece of advice, or could even be an opportunity. Or you could be, with this card, a person that thrives on working together, like working in teams, working with people that you have a connection with. That's not working alone, definitely. Or if you are with a High Priestess card, if you're a loner as well, then that's not gonna be, I'm sorry, benefiting your situation financially. So you have to like get out there and find connections, find the people who are similar to you, find the people who share the same values as you, and as a result you can consequently find similar activities, find similar directions and similar aspirations in order for you to join them and basically go in the same direction. That means if you are interested, let's say, I'm giving an example, if you're interested in drawing, then the most logical thing to do for you would be to join other people who are also interested in drawing, because if you're gonna be doing that, you'll probably not only benefit from some sort of tips and let's say information that they can share with you, that can help you, they can help with opportunities. You can definitely like if that's not drawing, whatever, I'm just giving you an example, that's basically shared values or shared directions, and you having those shared things distributed in a group of people or with a select group of people. This next card is gonna be a split message. What it means is the fact that with the man card, you'll have to gain some sort of self-direction, or you'll have to give yourself a direction, or you have to discover a direction in your life, because the masculine energy is all about guiding and giving directions, or giving you like a structure or control, or some sort of piece that would give you, as I said, direction where you'd like to go. If that's not for you, then that's discovering that direction, discovering what you like, what you don't like, aligning your finances with that direction. That means finding a way to advance in your life that is both merging your ideals, your values, and your concepts of spirituality, for you to join them and to convert them in a direction that is most beneficial for you. Again, other meanings for this card are gonna be literally a person, or like a literal man. That's basically the card that means you asking for help, or you having a mentor, or you having a person of reference that are gonna be basically helping you in that endeavor, or helping you structure or organize your life, and helping you with introducing more clarity, direction, and structure in your life per general with this card. So yeah, that was quite the meanings here with this, like that was the steps. That's also as a step asking for help from a man, basically, or from a close person that you would consider to be like a mentor, or a person that could give you an advice or something. So moving on, we got here the letting go card. As well as two birds here depicted, one being white and the one being dark. Okay. So as you can probably see, white and dark, light and dark, and the idea of balance is coming here into play as a step. Letting go literally means, probably as you can see, letting go. Letting go of what? Probably letting go of expectations, or letting go of some sort of fixations when it comes to money. Letting go here can mean also releasing yourselves from what other people think or how other people perceive money. Or if you're comparing to other people's situations, then that basically means releasing that type of attitude, because it's unfair to do so. Letting go in the relationship with the other cards means identifying those problems, as I said here in the first card, and having the capacity to solve them once and for all, and basically not dwell on the problem, like not dwelling on the problem as much as dwelling on the solution. Light and dark, as I said, those birds here, like I've covered three probably aspects, like comparison, letting go, releasing, and differentiating from your attributes, your ideas, your goals from other people's or societies. Yeah, that's all I can say here. With the abundance card here, as I said in other pile, you should be educating yourself when it comes to money. You are basically invited to, as a step, as a practical step, to invest in knowing how money is made, how money is circulating, how money is distributed, or as little as knowing the prices as per general. If, for example, you have a craft or you have a project, then that's being very up to date to the information that you can gain and learn about how money is being made in that specific direction, and how people are basically earning money, and you having to study that, like you having to research, you having to see how you can basically do the same thing as it has been done, like in general, in by other people who are like ahead of you in that sort of thing. Yeah. And the last card we got here, the creativity card, 3 cups. Interesting. So as a step, you're being invited here to open the door for a more creative approach when it comes to either making money, or specifically that's going to be relating to your craft. If you are doing something that is dull, that is conforming to some sort of traditions or some sort of way that it has been done for a very long time, and this is making you feel bored, then you are invited to basically spice things up and invite some sort of change or fresh creativity type of intervention in the type of work you do. That means a different approach, that means a new approach, that means combining and bringing to the table some sort of unique creative idea that you can give from your individual selves. As a step in careers, in advice on careers, is gonna be you being very creative when it comes to bringing money into the on the table, you know. That's gonna be basically the opposite of making money that is dull, that is exhausting, that is repetitive, or that is very like traditional somehow. That means you're invited to not attend 9 to 5 job, or that could also mean that you have the ability to make money that is outside of only a traditional job. Like could be an artistic person that, as well, I'm giving examples here, a person that makes money through, let's say, not necessarily their job, but they create art and they can sell it as an online business, for example. And they can like send shipments with that art and it being received and paid, something like this. So creativity, that's the creativity card. It's an approach that implies a very flexible, a very creative, a very innovative, or a new overall approach to making money. That's what I felt here with these cards. That was the steps to attract more prosperity. Definitely writing things down on the paper, what you don't like and what you'd like to transform them into, like what you'd like to change. The things that I've told you about connections, the direction, and finding what you consider for yourselves valuable, and chasing and following that. The next card being the letting go card, which is releasing yourselves from expectations, them being either societal or from other people's, I don't know, opinions, education, and a very different and original and creative approach to making money. Something that has not been done, something that is not very well known. Definitely, that's what I saw here with these cards. So that was which placement? That was the third placement. So the fourth one is gonna be the skills and talents I should focus on to enhance my financial situation or career prospects. So as you can see, they are related. Let me like push them a bit here aside so that I can make space for the next cards. So what skills and talents I should focus on to improve my financial situation? So those are gonna be the skills and the properties that you possess. And those skills are gonna be basically helping you to like find ways of attracting prosperity in your life. So that's interesting. That's Don't Panic is the devil card, but I got some, it's not necessarily a negative connotation here, because after all I'm the one who's interpreting them, so yeah. So let's begin. The first card, skills, talents. Okay, so the devil and knight of wands, you're the person that combination of cards makes me think of the people who are very good at advertising, like influencers, or the people who are very good at selling stuff and rising the hype in order for stuff to be bought or to be recommended. You're a person, or you're the person who's having the skills to basically advertise something or to make something seem very either successful or worth buying or worth, let's say, obtaining. So you could definitely do that with the devil card and the knight of wands, though as a little warning here, it shows me that you should be very careful with that attribute. You should definitely use it in a very ecological way, though with the high priestess and what I have told you previously, it seems like this is not gonna be an issue for you, and I'm happy about that. The next cards, or let's dwell a bit on these two, because that's with the knight of wands here. I felt as though you can have lots of people or a group of people interested. If you are really passionate about something, or if you have managed to advertise some sort of thing, then you're definitely gonna be very successful at finding like buyers, or advertising could definitely be for you, or marketing, because you're definitely gifted in that domain in a positive way, as I said, because this is just a trait, and as like a tool, you can use it in both negative and positive ways, and that's up to you how you're gonna be using it. That's why I'm saying the devil card is a neutral card here, because it's up to you how you're gonna be using that trait. But you definitely have that, and the devil card is also a seductive one. As I said, seductive offers, or having the capacity to intrigue people enough for them to like capture their interests, capture their interest as per general. Like Knight of Wands could be the people who are very interested, like people who are gonna be very eager to like find and seek and buy what you have advertised. That card signals to me lots of flexibility. That card signifies also for me stuff like a person who is not set in their ways and who is eager to find adjustments and is eager to like shift stuff that is not in their favor. And as I said, probably another pile, but you have the gift to see if things are working in your favor, then you can stay. And if things are not working in your favor, you're prone to finding ways to either abandon that situation or find other ways to like fulfill your needs or to find a solution to this situation. Like this is a movement card for me, and it is signifies you being able to adjust, to be flexible, to be very, I forgot how is that trait when you quickly recover from loss, you know? That's the opposite of Five of Cups, of a person that dwells on their failures. And that being as talent or a skill is being able to quickly reassess your position, quickly reassess your losses or your gains, and making the adjusted like steps that would change the situation for the better for you. Ace of Wands are the people who are very opportunists, the people who are finding ways to benefit from everything or every situation that is turning their way. That means, if I'm gonna be giving you basically an example. So if you've got a group of people that is in your vicinity or your proximity, you are very good or adept at finding ways or seeking what is it that they want or what is it that they lack, and finding those ways to like fulfill their needs, and basically turn that, giving them a service and basically turning that into your favor. Like these are the people who are gonna find what they want in every situation. Like the people who are gonna find the benefit in the most of the desperate situations in their life, or most likely if you're given anything, you can transform it in your favor. You can transform it for it to work in your favor, or for it to work for you. Like this card is, as I said, opportunists, people, like people who are able to merge and find ways to extract some sort of to fulfill their needs, basically, to bend and change every circumstance in order for them to find some sort of benefit. That's a good card. As I said, it depends on you how you're gonna be using it. You know, that is in reverse, and that's like a bit strange, because if it were to be an upright, that would be another story. For you specifically, it's the ability to have something to be concentrated upon, and you being able to give your unconditional attention to that thing, and seeing it work through. And basically having the patience or having the necessary skills in order for you to assist something in its like fruition. You may be, on the other hand, with this card in reverse, not very good at multitasking, but the good thing is the fact that you can go and follow through a project from 1% or from 0% to 100 and giving that project all you got, and being able to like focus or hold your focus onto something, it being very quality oriented. Like this card is more, if it were to be an upright, it would be like quantity over quality, and your case is quality over quantity. If I said correctly, I hope so. You being focused on the quality, meaning that you are gonna be focusing on a singular thing, but you being able to extract all the good stuff for you from it and not focusing or being scattered in all the directions. That's what I feel with this card. The Five of Swords as well is a quite, like, is not fitting here. I don't know how to interpret it as a skill. As a skill, it could be someone who is very good at reading psychology in people, like you being able to read people's intentions and side with the ones that are right for you and not side with the ones that you're gonna feel like you can't trust. That's what I feel with this card. That's the message that's coming through. Other messages, the most strongly emphasized message was the fact that you can be conveying information or creating some sort of exterior or an impression that is very seductive here. Like you could be very good at advertising. That's what I feel with the devil card, which is interesting. That was quite the reading here, like flexibility, seductiveness, being able to focus on something singular and transforming every opportunity and bending every opportunity in your favor. And you probably having the gift to like discern stuff, discern people, and see through their like psychology as per general. That's what I feel here with this pile. So let's move on to the next question or the next placement, which is gonna be what support or resources I should seek to enhance my financial or career growth. Okay. Let's draw from these. Okay, so support and resources. Okay, so that one was exactly from the first pile, but it's flipped. So the basically your message is gonna be completely different from the first pile. It's your instinctive, let's say, resource, or your intuition or your impulses are gonna be of much better use than like a more studious or careful approach when it comes to like finding enhancements in your financial growth. If you're gonna be instinctual, if you're gonna be more impulsive, if you're gonna be like more intuition based or intuition driven, then you're definitely gonna be benefiting or using that to your advantage. So it's in reverse. That means that you're gonna be quite alone. As I said, it reminds me of the first pile, the fact that you're not gonna be drawing resources from people specifically. You're gonna be having to find those resources either within yourself or on your own to be seeking those. Like the dog card in reverse, it's being your own best advocate, you know? Let's see what other cards are gonna be showing. Yeah, again, fishes for me is intuition and drawing, like from your insights. Like if you're artistically, I'm gonna be linking that because I have no idea what else to. Just kidding. So the fishes card is intuition, as I said, and we got here like the surface and the depths of the ocean. So that means the resources that you're gonna be drawing upon are gonna be very internal and are gonna be pertaining to your internal world, basically. So that means the source of your inspiration, or of your, let's say, action or your support is gonna be completely going or coming from within. So the moon card in reverse, and the ship card in reverse. So that's quite funny because the moon card is, and the ship one is not quite difficult but peculiar to see as resources, because yeah, just I'll have to take a moment to meditate upon these. So in the correlation with the other cards that I have drawn here, as you can see, the moon card and the ship card are relating to the fact that the moon is also relating to the inner guidance and inner intuition, and the ship card I see as being also related to the direction, because the ship is very like pointy, like it has a very specific direction in which it flows. I see you using your inner resource in order for you to like navigate your financial situation. I see you using impulses or intuitions when it comes to making decisions in your finances, and I see that as being your guide. That's what the cards are showing me. The dog card in reverse as well, it talks about you becoming very self-reliant at times, and you having the first person who is like the most trustworthy being yourself, and other people or other friends or other close people or close ones being secondary. I see you creating abundance in your life that is completely self-sufficient or self-oriented at first, at least, because I see you having a foundation upon which you can help or draw resources from in order for you to help others. I didn't see in resources people. I didn't see, as I said here in the ring card, I see you having close people by your side, but I see you as having some sort of as well privacy when it comes to how you're gonna be bringing financial abundance in your life, and that is completely up to you. That is completely that area of your life is gonna be under your control. It's not gonna be let's say very accessible to everyone. I'm having a slight inclination even to say that you're not gonna be understood by everyone, because your self-guidance, it being driven by your impulses or it being driven by your intuition, from the exterior it'll look like it won't make sense, or you could have people saying or telling you that it's not gonna work, or people that are not gonna be believing in you or in the work that you do. But with these cards, I feel as though you'll have to trust it and follow your own way of doing stuff. And even if that means them being, let's say, not conventional or non-conventional or not how things go usually, it's important because it's yours, and it's important because it's coming from a place that is yours, like it's your voice, it's your guidance, and it's not somebody else's. That's what I saw here with the enhancements or the support that you can draw upon. So that support is completely inward. Its source, it's coming from your inside world. It's completely not external. So let's draw the last placement. As I said in like first pile, the last placement is gonna represent an advice for you. Healing energy, okay. So healing energy and divine timing. And the last one is gonna be duality. So the High Priestess is also about duality, and what I want to say, healing, first card, means that finances in your life are a subject that is yet to transform, yet to change, and yet to take different forms. Don't make conclusions about your finances right now, and definitely don't expect as though if things are not going good for you right now, like this is gonna be forever. No. As you can see, healing energy, but it looks like an egg. So that means with this Seven of Pentacles, you are in a period of time in which you have planted a seed, or in which you are growing, or in which you have to expect to wait or to invest and then wait for what's written here, divine timing, in order for you to, like, yeah, you've done your part. Now it's time for you to sit back and give the rest to the universe. And what I also wanted to say with the duality card, you could have lots of contradictions, lots of, let's say, confusion, or lots of unexpectancy or unpredictability when it comes to your finances. But overall, I see that as not a reason to, like, panic, because you got here the divine timing. So that means things are not as they seem, and there is still time for you to, like, draw conclusions, and this is not all that is out there. So you should definitely keep that in mind. As I said, duality card also comes with the High Priestess. You should definitely be aware of the fact that there is something bigger than even you or even finances that might be influencing your situation or might be watching over you, and you know that you're not gonna be left in the shadows, you're not gonna be left in the cold. You're gonna basically outgrow those issues or those turmoils that are, if they are present in your life right now. So I think these cards should be an warm encouragement for you to trust in the divine timing, to trust in the journey that it unfolds, and that I've read that somewhere, that a seed is in its nature the tree already, and you cannot say that the seed is not a tree. It's just not a tree that is fully grown, but inside of it, it already is a tree, and it cannot be anything else than the tree. So I want to say that you don't have to be discouraged you don't have to panic over your financial situation, and that you just have to introduce some sort of element of trust in the equation here, and be the person who finds contentment in the fact that they have done all they could, and now it's the time for them to wait and see how it pans out, see how things that you have planted are finally growing. And you can't force, accelerate, influence, or manipulate that growth. So that should be like a slight indication that there are things that are out of our control, and that it should be that way, and that is for our own benefit. So that was your reading. Thank you so much for watching. That was very experimental in the fact that I didn't follow these placements style readings, and I have managed to like see that a reading has covered like 50 minutes, or this one I guess is gonna be like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes less. But if I'm gonna see that you like it and you consider it valuable, I'm definitely gonna be considering to follow up and post some more long videos, though that's gonna mean that I'm gonna be posting less, because these videos require lots of processing and lots of effort, like answer all these questions, because we got 5 or 6 even placements, and it's a lot, let's say. So but it was enjoyable. It was a bit tiring, but it was enjoyable. Definitely make sure to like the video if you enjoyed the content I create. Let me know how it resonates. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, and everything, I cannot assure that everything is gonna resonate, but I'm sure that there are details in which you should see yourself. You should see yourselves. Subscribe to see more, and as I said, comment below to see how it resonates if you feel called to do so. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I guess see you in the next videos. Hello and welcome to the reading third pile, and the last one for this reading. The question is assessing your finances or financial situation, your relationship to it. So this set of cards is gonna represent your current state. If the current state is resonating with you so far, that means the rest of the reading is gonna resonate as well. Okay, that's quite the combination of cards. So, Ace of Pentacles. Traditionally, in a business situation or finance-related question, it's a card that indicates that you have been given some sort of either offer or a gift, or an offer that can even be described by some as like a miracle offer, or an offer that you should be thankful for, or an offer that is so great and so I don't know what, that you should be really happy about it. Though the paradoxical truth here with these cards is the fact that this offer or this situation has not managed to give you some clarity or happiness, or you definitely don't seem as happy about it, like, or that's either career oriented, or that could speak to me of the fact that either you have a work that is paying you very well, but it's not fulfilling emotionally. That's what I see here with this card, because if it were to be upright, then it would be really hard for me to read, because I wouldn't see anything wrong. But definitely here with the Ten of Cups here, it signals to me the fact that you are not very fulfilled, let's say, either with this current job, or with the overall situation of which helps you like bring abundance in your life. You could have money here with this pile, but you're not fulfilled emotionally by it. You could the Hermit card in reverse speaks to me of loneliness, or you could feel as though you are being not understood or misunderstood, or like you don't understand what's wrong, or you don't understand why you can't be happy about this situation. Most likely this pile is gonna be speaking to me about the fact that most of you are not fulfilled about your career right now, more or less, and less it's gonna be relating to the fact that you don't have money, because with the Ace of Pentacles I see you having enough money, or let's say that's not like a problem. I see more of an emotional problem here. And with the Man in reverse, I feel as though this situation could feel as though it's out of control. So yeah, that's what I see here in the description, which is quite funny because it's a very specific message. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so expect that not everything is probably gonna resonate, but it's okay. So that was your current state. That was a split message, but let's follow up with some other questions. As I said, probably in other piles, we got here actually 6 placements. The first one being the current state of your finances. The second one is gonna be what factors influence your financial career. Sorry, your finances and career. So yeah, I'm filming like this is gonna be like the beginning of a third hour or something, and I'm a bit stuttering, so you'll have to forgive me for that. But what factors are influencing your finances or career? Again, so you see the Page of Cups, dissatisfaction or not enjoying the process of making money, though it feels as though like the career you have is very sound, is very like respectable. It could be of people could be referring to that career or to you or your financial situation as being quite a formidable one, like a very good one, a very successful one. People could see you as very successful, though it's not being seen, but you could feel miserable or not feel fulfilled when it comes to like finances here. What factors influence your... That card signals to me competition. As well, your career could signify... This could signify that your career is very competitive, it's very... it has a lot of competition, yeah. Your factors, by the way, I haven't finished drawing the cards, but your factors like are both, let's say the factors here are a bit negative, because we got here the competition card, we got here like a neutral type of, okay, that's coming from you and that's coming from the outside, and the factors are so far like either coming from a negative spectrum or a neutral one as per general. That card could signify that your work is very demanding, or the factors here is the fact that your way of making money is very tiring, is very demanding, and could like make you feel very exhausted when you are coming home, basically. As well as that work could be like taxing not only physically but also emotionally. So your way of making money, or as I said, this pile seems to me to be more career or work based. Your career is one, it's not fulfilling, it's very taxing physically and emotionally, and it's very competitive, but it's very seen as okay. It's seen as, from the exterior, it seems like people are perceiving you or your career to be very successful despite all of this, which is quite funny because that's quite a combination of cards to have. It's also interesting because the first and the second pile was most concentrating on money. This pile is more concentrating on your career, but also on the money aspect, which is more in the shadows. So there is something about your career here that is wanting to like surface, and desperately, especially with the Page of Cups here in reverse and Ten of Cups in reverse. Emotionally, that work is not for you, or at least you think that, or at least you feel that way, because cups are feelings, so you can't say you think about it, you feel that way. What factors influence my finances or career? So those were people, competition influencing you as a factor, highly esteemed work or highly referenced or positively referenced work, seen in the eyes of others as being a good work or a good successful job. Your emotions as a factor, your exhaustion as a factor, and your anxiety or your emotional turmoil, your emotional well-being as a factor. So I have given you some sort of review that would pinpoint specifically the factors of your financial situation or career. So the next question, I'm feeling tempted actually. I wanted to ask what steps you should take to attract more prosperity in your life, and knowing the fact that prosperity is not the issue here in the reading, sorry, I'll have to focus on what steps you should take in order for you to attract more emotional prosperity here in your specific case. So basically, that card is basically a card of change, or a card of making or creating a plan and taking action upon it. That could literally mean changing your job. And I see nothing else like in regards to, like, this card shows me like being fed up with this, with other stuff, being fed up with the overall situation, and making a stop or making a halt when it comes to like your job as per general, because the world card is all about endings or all about changes. And yeah, I wanted to like see some flexibility in the reading, and you see that card is also like a card of leaving. Can I please get another card that would complete that reading? So you see, I got here like, let me stop for a while to like examine here the situation. I don't see your work space as being one that is worth your psychological health, even if it pays you well, or if it pays you normally or okay for you. I see you as being better off leaving that situation rather than, let's say, staying there and suffering. I can't really say anything else. I can't tailor any other interpretation or message for you specifically, because overall the cards that are underneath these are very negative when it comes to the description or the factors that are describing your situation as in general, let's say. And this card and this card are showing me that you should move on, you should change that job, or either you should change something. Most traditionally, it's gonna be directed to the people who are gonna say like, you're gonna have to move or you're gonna have to change the job. For some of you, the change that you're gonna have to like create, yeah, it's gonna be from the interior. Like you'll have to work on yourself, and maybe this is gonna change. But for the majority of you, I see you leaving. I see you not being able to put up with the effort and the exhaustion of the current work you are undertaking, and you being like, I'm done and I'm leaving with this card, and you looking back and seeing how miserable or how not well suited that was for you. That's a very strange message. That's a very specific message, so I hope really that it resonates, but I don't see your workspace as being a very positive one. So in literal steps here, I see you leaving, so that's it. I can't even say more. I'm sorry if that's not what you want to hear, but that step, I saw there the King of Cups. That step is definitely gonna change things in your favor. If it's not resonating so far, then I don't know, then probably that's not your pile, but that's what I see here. Like, the message is very dramatic. What else can I say? It's very specific and dramatic at the same time. So that is the Six of Cups. So you need more connection, you need some sort of closeness, or you need some sort of, as I said, connection in your finance or in your work life in order for you to feel like at peace, in order for you to feel better. Like, I see that emotional energy like lacking here in your reading. I see lots of emotional turmoil, I see lots of dissatisfaction or stress literally with your work, and I see you having money but not being happy about it. So what steps? That was covered. So we got here the next one, the fourth placement, the skills and talents I should focus on to enhance my financial situation or my career prosperity. So I'm gonna stop to this. I'm gonna like come back to this reading, to this card, but as I said, I'm gonna be changing it, like finding not only financial prosperity, but I'm gonna be focusing on emotional prosperity and emotional well-being with this pile. So the Tower card in reverse as well is pertaining to the reading and to the meanings of the previous cards, is reflecting to me the fear of yours to change stuff. It's the fear of leaving your comfort zone. It's the fear of I see you having or going through a tower moment, a destructive moment, but you being afraid, like you being too afraid to like take a step and basically destroy everything. And that's okay, I guess. I'm not saying that you should do otherwise, or I'm not saying like not otherwise, but I'm not saying to step on yourself, like, but I can't lie that the other cards are signaling to me the fact that you should change your job. I cannot go around this in any other way. But I see you being afraid with the Tower card. I see you not taking the step. And as well, the Hermit in reverse, it feels as though your job is it's making you feel very isolated, very lonely, very separated in your perception, and some of you could even feel miserable. That's what I feel here. So what skills and talents you should focus on to enhance your financial career, your financial situation and career prospects? Let's say emotional well-being and career prospects. Okay, so that's a very straightforward message. Ace of Cups, prioritizing your emotions, prioritizing your emotional well-being, taking steps and taking action upon in your life that is emotionally aligned. So basically, if you're gonna be taking steps in your life that are gonna be emotionally driven or are gonna be emotionally in alignment, you're gonna see that a lot of stuff are gonna move and change. That card is of drastic change and could even be the card of news, and yeah, lots of stuff being changed as a result of you prioritizing your emotions. I see you trusting in emotions, and I see you trusting in yourselves when it comes to making decisions in your life. And I see you slowly but surely recovering from that situation, that past job, or you finally taking the step and having a job that is just enough for you to get by, but it's actually in more alignment with your emotional well-being than the past one. I seeing you recover from it, like I see you changing, and you have the ability, like you have to, let's say you have the flexibility, you have the in what's necessary for you to like, you have the skills necessary to like transform and align your emotions to your work life, because we got here the Page of Wands, the Two of Cups is in reverse, which is interesting. What does the Two of Cups in reverse mean? So okay, so you are definitely in skills perspective, you're definitely a person that these third pile are truth tellers. You don't like to lie, and you don't like to like find, let's say, favors in relationships, or sneaky, or accepting sneaky like offers here. Like I see you being better off with quarreling or confronting people rather than accepting lies and being hesitant to like tell the truth. That's what I feel here with this pile. I see you having a very good connection with your emotions. That's probably why this is bothering you in the first place, the work that I've described. The Ace of Cups is signaling the fact that you have the emotional attunement, or the emotional connection for you to like make decisions out of it. You must definitely have that ability, and you definitely have the flexibility for you to turn around and change your life in accordance to what fits you best emotionally wise. Yeah. And I see your finances either following up with that image, like with that vision. I see that being two like forces, you prioritizing your emotions and you prioritizing your work. Emotions being the first one, like the priority number one, and your work life being the second, and that being in balance. I see you changing jobs as something in more alignment, in a better alignment, or in a better like in balance with your life choices. Yeah, so that was basically skills and talents. Basically, I have described a bit of you here as well. Interestingly enough, let's draw some other cards. Like I want to see what other skills and probably resources you should skills and talents you should draw upon to like change this situation. You're definitely a very hardworking individual here. As a skill or a talent, that's gonna be the ability to withstand great amounts of pressure or great amounts of resistance. Of course, we are all human and we do have our breaking point, but you're definitely, it feels as though you're having that resistance or stamina in order for you to like handle work that is both physically and emotionally taxing. As I said, you should know your limits here and not abuse them. The Broom card is pertaining to the what I've said previously, like in relationship to the talents and the skills, that is the ability to like see, and that's no bullshit people here. Like that's what I feel here with this third pile. You're not the people who are gonna be settling for less. That's what I feel here. In relationships, like you could be feisty, or you could be very good at stating your boundaries and basically fighting off. That's what I feel here with these cards. Like I see you not settling for less. That's like a skill or a talent, I guess. I see you being confrontational. I see you as being not afraid to speak your mind. Again, we got here the woman card, so don't take it the wrong way, but you could also be the person who is having like, could be very opinionated, could be very not afraid to like speak their mind. At the same time, you have the sensibility, you have the attunement or the emotional, as I said, attunement in order for you to like feel when it's right and when it's wrong, to like confront or make things surface, basically. It's a combination of a person who is both critical and very attentive at the same time, and not like it's balanced overall, but I see you as being a person who is very opinionated, that's for sure. Definitely don't rush, or don't jump to conclusions, or don't not jump to conclusions, it just slipped, but definitely don't be hasteful in your decisions. Like take as much time as you need with this card, and don't feel feel rushed in this specific question or in these specific changes that I'm trying to surface here. I wanted to as well add on with what steps you should take in order for you to attract more either prosperity or emotional prosperity here. I want to see which cards are falling here and what they are trying to say. So, death, anger, and new day. Those are very intense cards. Maybe the new day is less intense, but I see you going through quite a lot of emotional turmoil and you having to release those. Because the death card is about transformations, changes, and the new day is also about the stuff that you... A beginning of a new day is leaving what has happened yesterday behind and starting with new energies. So as steps, I don't see here you taking lots of action, like when it comes to your emotional state of being. I see you as waiting it all out, because the new day and the death card, changes that are beyond your influence, beyond your way of, let's say, manipulating or influencing the circumstances. I don't see here much as being able to change or do, because the anger card also signals to me that you shouldn't like make decisions and act upon that anger. So we got here the reunion of souls. The reunion of souls here as a step. So you should definitely make use of family reunions or friends reunions. You should definitely stay in touch with your friends or with the people who are going to be supporting you, because I see here that situation as being very hard on you and life being hard on you as per general. And I see you needing that reunion of souls in order for you to rejuvenate and recuperate. That's what I see here. That's interesting. If you are a person who is keeping that bad news or that bad negative stuff from your close people, then those cards are definitely an invitation for you to open up a little and accept the help that's coming outside of you, that's coming from your close ones, your relatives, your friends, your basically support group. With the changes cards and the death cards, I can say that whatever it is that you're experiencing right now, emotionally related, this is not gonna be in link with the job that you need to change, but whatever frustration or emotional turmoil you're going through, it indicates that the changes card, it's gonna change. It has to change. The death card is gonna have to as well signify changes that are gonna be happening. And it's gonna happen without your permission, basically. That's what I feel here with this pile. That's more of a sign for you to not worry about it. So let's follow up with the fifth placement. What support or resources I should seek to enhance my financial situation or career growth. So we are gonna add on with emotional well-being as well and see what we can find here in the reading. What resources you can draw upon. So resources, that's a very interesting card to fall here in this reading. That means taking time, energy, and investing in yourself, investing in self-love, and being less giving in that period of time. That's being very selective and very, let's say, redirecting your attention, your resources, and your attention towards yourselves. More on yourselves and less on others, because if you are not gonna be able to like sustain yourselves, then you're gonna be making a very job at doing that for others, basically. I see you as exploring choices. I see you exploring either different choices, career choices, or you being on the lookout for opportunities that are going to be presented to you as you make the changes, and you being also in that period of time in which you are a bit in the limbo, but you are giving yourself the permission to like choose whatever is best in alignment for you. That's more of as well of a self-focused card, but we've asked where you can find support, and that was like taking a break. That's what I feel here with this pile. That's also relating to finances as being more in a like battery saving mode, in which you are gonna be saving up money and be very controlled when it comes to where and how you're gonna be spending your money. That's what I feel here with the King of Pentacles, because the King of Pentacles, besides being a person who is very good at managing money and saving and storing money, is a person who is very good and very controlled when it comes to where and how they are letting that energy like slip and go by, you know. I see you in investing in yourselves. That's what I see in this card. Resources. Yeah, you know, the Empress in reverse is a person who is depleted, a person who has managed to work so hard that they are in burnout. So you could be prone to burnout, could be prone to like drastic activity, explosive outbursts of activity, and then you've worked so hard that you're basically in burnout. What else? So the moon card is all about drawing the resources, as I said, from yourself, from the interior. But that would require for you to rest. That would require for you to like take the necessary, let's say, precautions when it comes to like how much you work, how much you give, how much you invest in others, and how much you invest in yourselves. The Fool card in reverse invites you to be less responsible. If you're a person who is very responsible in your life, then that means basically that you should release lots of responsibilities that are not a necessity for you, that are not necessarily yours. For example, if you're taking care of someone and you know that someone is very well capable of taking care of themselves on their own, then you should basically let them take care of themselves, because they're not gonna die if you're not gonna be taking responsibility upon them. And the Fool card in reverse basically is like a very good sign, or a very like light finally energy to come into this reading, because the Fool is never living for someone else. The Fool is always living for himself and is always free of responsibility. That's what I can say with this card. And you're definitely invited to drop lots of responsibilities that are not yours. And that if you have taken lots of responsibilities, to drop them because they're not benefiting you. Or I could even go ahead and say that they are not benefiting the person that is close to you, because if that's for your own detriment, then why would that person want that to continue? It doesn't make sense. Again, the Moon card, taking care of yourself, even like this card, like buying flowers for yourself, like literally and metaphorically. Like if you want gifts, make them for yourself. If you want to be taken care of, then you should take care of yourself and give that care that you give to others to yourself in the first place. You not feeling guilty for spending time with yourself or spending time on things that are not productive, and you prioritizing your feelings, and you releasing that image of basically you being the martyr in your life, like you being the one who is carrying all the heavy burdens of everyone else. You have to release that, because it's not working for you. It's not working in your favor. I see you as going on your own adventures, on your own endeavors that are strictly self-oriented. That might seem egotistical, or that might seem self-centered, but for you that's the pill, like that's the cure. That's what you need to hear, because as long as you're not happy, as long as you're miserable, or your emotional well-being is impacted, then you're of no great use to other people, because you're gonna be carrying that frustration, that interior dissatisfaction throughout your relationships, and that's not gonna be of any help. So yeah, why would you do that to yourself? Let's draw some other cards that's expressed for you. Like, I'm gonna be drawing cards to see what else you can do to improve your emotional well-being. If that's your partner, definitely tell them that you need help, or that you need to be taken care of. If you have a King of Cups, that could mean also that you are that person, that you are capable of doing that to yourself, or you're being capable of taking the time off, taking the vacation, and prioritizing yourselves. That could be a stroll in nature. That could be like enjoying time, free time in nature, or in places that are surrounded by natural environments, resting, literally resting, sleeping, not feeling guilty for that. And the card of rejuvenation, the star. How well. Taking long baths, like not showers, but baths, in which I mean when you feel that bath tub and you just lay in there in the hot water and you feel relaxed. That's what I see here. Like that card, like, isn't that a person who is able to like submerge themselves into the water and like take care of themselves? That's self-love rituals. That's not, as I said, not feeling guilty for needing and taking the time to take care of yourself. That's what I see, and that I see as being contributing, being a contribution to your emotional well-being. King of Swords in reverse, leaving or abandoning that attitude in which you feel as though you have to figure everything out on your own, or leaving that mental space and projecting yourselves too far into the future. Like I feel this pile should live in the present, more in the present than in their stories or in stuff like more living in the now and less in the past and the future, like living an enriching life in the present. That's what I see here. Interesting. Lots of cards of vacation, like as I'm reading right now, it's summer, so I guess that's an indication for you to take the break or to take the vacation. And I see you as along the way finding a way to make money. Sooner or later you're gonna be handed some opportunities here, but only if you're gonna be prioritizing yourselves first. So this card, you know it, and this one, I'm sure that in your life it has been demonstrated for you too well or too often that your heart was broken and you have managed to like assume that attitude in life in which you're gonna be helping everyone and you're not gonna let anything bad happen to people in an attempt to like prevent what has happened to you to other people. But it feels as though with the High Priestess in reverse, that attitude has come to like its maximum capacity. Like you are overdoing it. That's what I feel here with this, in this reading. You have gone way past your limits here. And it's like helping others, but to your own detriment. Like that's the opposite of the people who are living for themselves. Yeah, that's quite an interesting message to have here in the reading. So let's give you let's hand you like the last placement was the advice. I'm gonna be drawing some more of these. Psychic development, retreat. So as I was saying, vacation, retreat, closing your like closing a door, like going into a room and closing the door behind you and letting you like sleep, letting you relax, letting you have your own time for yourself. Grounding activities, or as I said, strolls in nature or time being spent in nature, or in combination with all of the messages that I have told you. It's taking the break and having the time for yourself to like relax, be with yourself, with yourselves, and be with yourselves in nature, because lots of elements here of greenery, roots being represented, water, sun, so you'd benefit a lot by grounding and grounding in nature, as I said. Psychic development is also you having to rely not only on your mental part or on logic, but also you having to rely on your inner cycles, on your inner ways of things, how things are going. Like the intuition, on the other hand, is like not mental. Like it doesn't make sense, but it's definitely a voice that you should be paying attention to. That's what I see here. What else? Creativity, omens. Definitely be open to synchronicities. I feel as though this pile does have synchronicities, but you're not noticing them, or you're not placing importance upon them. Creativity means finding activities that are truly fulfilling yourself, that are truly emotionally fulfilling, that don't make sense, and that are not result-based, but are just enjoying in the moment. And the abundance card, let's draw another one. Honoring your energy. Okay. If that's not in alignment with what else I have told you, then I don't know. So money in your case are gonna be coming. Yeah, you could have the money. The Ace of Pentacles. I saw that in your first cards. But you can have abundance while honoring your own energy, while honoring your own emotions, boundaries, and preferences, and your life doesn't have to be a struggle, basically. So honoring your energy is you being able to prioritize yourselves while not being afraid that you're not gonna be supported. That's what I feel here in this reading. That was quite a lengthy reading. That was the first reading that I make, it being like 3 hours. Not exactly 3 hours, but it was close. Once again, thank you so much for watching. If it resonated, then make sure to like and to comment below how it resonated, how it resembles or resonates with your life situation as per general. Also keep in mind that this is a general reading. I would expect that not everything is gonna resonate, and that's okay. I hope this has managed to like give you some sort of clarity to your situation in general, and I hope you enjoy this. I hope this video gets interactions, and if it does, then I'll make sure to like make more of these, because yeah, while they are very lengthy and quite tiring sometimes, but they're interesting, and these questions are like a stretch for me. Are something that I definitely enjoy doing because it makes you step out of your comfort zone. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'm gonna be seeing you in the next videos. Bye.